I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am an expert on this entire FTX Sam Bankman-Fried situation, but what I can tell you is that the way that the media has treated this story has been with kid gloves to a level that is hard to comprehend. They will spend all of their time blowing every single thing out of proportion constantly until this story happened. And then this guy who went from a billionaire to nothing, and he's essentially, from what I can tell, a fraud and a con man, and there's a lot of money that was helping the Democratic Party, but we don't hear any of this stuff from the mainstream media. And now we have this right here from Good Morning America. And I want you to hear how they're trying to present this. They are trying to build a victim narrative for this man. It's disgusting. It's unbelievable. And again, on the outside looking in, I haven't cared that much about this, but the more I look at it and the more I see that the media is trying their best to make this guy sympathetic, it's insane. But first, let's hear this one right here. And I agree with everything Benny Johnson says right here. I knew he would talk like this. Listen to this guy.
At the end of the day, I was CEO of FTX, and that means whatever happened, wherever it happened, I had a duty. I had a duty to all of our stakeholders, to our customers, our creditors. I had a duty to our employees, to our investors, and to the regulators in the world to do right by them, to make sure the right things happened at the company. And clearly, I didn't do a good job of that. Clearly, I made a lot of mistakes or things I would give anything to be able to do over again. I didn't ever try to commit fraud on anyone. I was excited about the prospects of FTX a month ago. I saw it as a thriving, growing business. I was shocked by what happened this month.
This guy's a trash person, but then you go to this Good Morning America. And again, if this guy had any ties to Donald Trump, they would be throwing him under the bus to the point where he wouldn't even be allowed to speak. They would be speaking his narrative for him. But because this guy's tied to the Democrats and because there's left-wing propaganda tied to it, suddenly we're going to make him sympathetic. They're hiding something. And again, I speak on this. I am not a crypto guy. I'm not into that world. I don't understand any of it. Never even tried to understand it. I'm sure there's some of you out there that know far more about this than me, but this guy comes off as 100% a fraud.
I can't imagine what it feels like to go from $20 billion to $100,000.
Yeah.
How did he go from crypto hero to crypto supervillain?
How did he go from... I mean, you hear the language.
Today, a lot of people look at you and see Bernie Madoff.
GMA tomorrow, Sam Bankman-Fried, one-on-one with George Stephanopoulos. What happened to the billions people invested with him?
What is the talent that you have that convinced people they should invest billions of dollars?
He was on top of the world.
You got all these celebrities. You did it in a big way.
Yeah.
Have you gotten calls from any of the celebrities who endorsed you?
But now...
Are you worried about going to jail?
And what led to this?
That's a pretty stunning admission.
The breaking new interview, tomorrow on ABC's Good Morning America.
This guy, again, I want to reiterate one more time. I am looking at this from the outside looking in. I am not knowledgeable on this crypto stuff, but the way that this story has been delivered and the way that they have talked about this guy and the way that they have approached this is disgusting, because we've seen how the media treats stories. Something of this magnitude? I mean, look how they treat Trump over a fucking dinner. Now, we knew that that was going to happen. And I've said that Trump needed to be smarter than that. He gave them the ammunition. But that's not the point. Look how the media treats something like that. And then you've got this guy. I saw this article right here as I was kind of doing a little bit of research. FTX's collapse was a crime, not an accident. Sam Bankman-Fried is a con man and a fraudster of historic proportions, but you might not learn that from the New York Times CoinDesk Chief Insights columnist David Z. Morris writes. And it says, in the weeks since Sam Bankman-Fried's cryptocurrency empire was revealed to be a house of lies, mainstream news organizations and commentators have often failed to give their readers a straightforward assessment of exactly what happened. August institutions, including the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, have uncovered many key facts about the scandal, but they have also repeatedly seemed to downplay the facts in a way that soft-pedaled Bankman-Fried's intent and culpability. It is now clear that what happened at the FTX crypto exchange and the hedge fund Alameda Research involved a variety of conscious and international fraud intended to steal money from both users and investors. That's why a recent New York Times interview was widely derided for seeming to frame FTX's collapse as a result of a mismanagement. Rather, see, this is the whole point here. This is what I'm talking about. This is something I was noticing when this story was breaking, is it kept looking like this story was much bigger than the mainstream was letting on. And it didn't make any sense to me. And when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. And so, I mean, I'm obviously going to follow up and do a little more research now, because this guy, with all of his ties to powerful celebrities, powerful politicians, the Democratic Party, and the fact that this is all collapsed out of nowhere and this guy's getting free passes, something's up. But if you guys want to give me more information or tell me where I can go to get more information on this, I would like to get more research so I can talk to you more about it. I appreciate all of you. Have a great day, and we will talk to you later.